Welcome to Beta Alpha Size Project Angel. Today we are going to be presenting banks, debit cards, and ATM fees. My name is Tanya, and there's Matthew and Brandon.
All right, so how do you access your money? You finally got paid and you have a paycheck. There's three ways you can access your money. Now you could take that money and stuff it under your mattress, but there's more secure ways. First of all, there's banks. If you have you can set up direct deposit with your employer, or if you have a check, you can go to the bank and cash it. The pros to banks are it's an easy way to save because you generate interest putting it in a savings account. It's an access to credit. You can get credit cards through that bank and then pay it off within that bank. And it's protection from fire and theft. The federal government insures it up to $250,000 for holding it in a bank if it's FDIC insured. Some cons to banks are there's a wide range of fees. Some fees are if you don't have direct deposit, they'll maybe charge you with a checking account, or if you're not a student, or if you don't have enough money inside there. And then there's low to no interest rates. Right now, savings accounts, they have about less than 0.5% interest rates, or very low interest rates. It used to be where interest rates were higher, around 1 to 2%. There are some online banks where you can have high yield savings accounts, but generally your banks around your area will have lower interest rates. Now, another way to access your money are prepaid cards. You can put your money on these cards, and it's an easy way to prevent overspending. You say, I have only $1,000 and I only want to put $500 on a prepaid card. You put the cash on the prepaid card, and once the $500 is used up, it's used up, and you can't spend any more. This is the opposite of credit cards. Credit cards, you can use as much, but you still have to pay it back. So it's a good way to prevent overspending. And they're also very useful. Many people, many merchants authorize or you're able to use them at many places. And usually it's like a Visa or it's a MasterCard. So it's a very useful product. However, there's lack of consumer protection. Once someone takes it, if someone might be able to take it just like any other card, that's one. And also, sometimes there is, it's not necessarily insured like your AAA, or not AAA, but your credit cards. Credit cards can sometimes have ways to where you work with your bank and you can access your money if there's some type of fraud that was detected. There's also check cashing centers where you have a paper check and you can go straight to the counter and they will give you money. It's very convenient and it's very accessible. However, there are some high fees involved. They might take a certain percentage with it, and when you cash it, you're leaving with your entire check. They're not going to cut it in half or anything like that. They're going to give you your entire check. So if you got paid $1,000, you're going to be leaving with $1,000. So that can be sometimes you have to be very cautious with that. And then moving on. Now, how do you choose a bank? A lot of people, they look around their area. They determine what's close to them because of easy accessibility. They compare the different banks around them. But some other ways to compare them, monthly fees. As I was saying earlier, some banks charge a fee for checking, just to have a checking account, or if you don't have direct deposit, if you're not a student, there might be a monthly fee that you might have to pay. or if you don't have enough money in the savings account. So you always want to go with the lowest amount of fees. You don't want the cash sitting in the bank and eating away with fees. And then there's some cash back. Sometimes with the credit cards, or I believe mostly just credit cards, they'll give you a cash back where after you use it, you generate points as much as you use your credit card. You generate points, and at the end of the year or a certain amount of time or whenever you want, you can generate cash back with those points, or you can get some type of a present or something like that, whatever the deal is with the cashback. The ATM reimbursement. Where are the ATMs in your area? Some banks have access or work with partnerships with ATMs, and sometimes they'll reimburse the amount of fees that come with ATMs, or they'll work in partnerships so there are no fees. The physical location is, where is it? Is your bank 50 miles away? That would be very accessible bank. But if it's right around the corner, that would be a better option. And then the customer service, do they serve you well? Or is it a long wait period of going in there and trying to get your money? Or is it more difficult trying to get your money? So customer service is a big one when it comes to finding a bank. How easy is it to get a loan? There's many ways that customer service can be compared throughout the banks. And finally, you have interest rates. Like I was saying earlier, you have high yield interest savings accounts at some banks. Now, that's interest rates are your money is sitting in a savings account, and you're gaining interest on loaning that money to the bank. So you always want to try to generate the most amount of income from the interest. So the higher the interest rate, the better bank. But you have to compare all these things and choose what's right for you. So,
like Matthew was saying with fees, one of the fees that you have to watch out for are ATM fees. And these are only for your out-of-network ATMs. So it's not going to be the ones that are like attached to the bank. It's going to be ones that you find at like gas stations and convenience stores and things like that. And you have to watch out for them because the fees can add up pretty quickly. So say you withdraw $25 from an ATM twice a week, and it's an out-of-network ATM. You could be spending up to like $37 in just fees for that month. And over the course of the year, those small payments can add up to nearly $450. Over 5 years, that turns into $2,250. So you want to try and make sure that you're going to your bank's ATM rather than paying all those fees and them adding up.
And as Brandon was explaining about ATM fees, there are also ways of avoiding them. Some banks give you a reimbursement. I know, for example, Navy Federal, they give you a reimbursement of a certain amount each month for going to other bank ATMs that aren't affiliated with Navy Federal. There's also, you could switch banks. If say you move and your old bank used to be Chase because there was so many Chase ATMs and everything all around you so that you didn't have to pay ATM fees. But now you move where there's a credit union or a different bank, and there's like maybe one Chase bank ATM and it's like on the other side of town. Switching your bank would probably be the best bet to avoid an ATM fee for that instance. Speaking of credit unions, there are co-op options with credit unions. Most credit unions, they cooperate with other ATMs so that you can be able to use those ATMs without getting ATM fees. There are also apps that you can download that can help you locate a bank ATM that is accessible for you to not have to pay ATM fees. And there is also the cashback options where if you spend certain amounts of your money with your card using like different things, like I know there's cards out there that say you get like 2% cash back or something if you use it for gas or groceries. There's those options too. And those would save you on ATM fees. And also just plan ahead. If you know that you're gonna need a certain amount of cash on you to pay for certain things, it's always best to just pull that amount of money out at once so that you only pay the one ATM fee. Or if you know that you're gonna have bills, then you can just keep your money in your account and have your money be pulled out of your account. And then that way you know that you know what money is going to already be used up and you don't use your money that way. And now there's a quick little video that we have here that gives you kind of a summary of everything that we've discussed. It's a really short video and I hope you enjoy.
$2? No! I hate bank fees. They're totally avoidable. So we've all been in this situation. You're out with friends, you're out of cash, and you gotta pay the bank fees. But bank fees go far beyond ATM charges. There's a few things you can do to actually get those bank fees working for you and not spend hundreds of dollars every year for no reason at all. Number one, bank local. Find a bank that has branches near your home and near your office so that you don't get stuck in this situation where you have to use other ATMs. Number two, make sure that you're on a proper plan. A lot of us choose the cheapest plan per month and then we end up paying through the nose for misuse. So check out your banking history, see how you use money, and then put yourself on a plan accordingly. Number three, you can always check out financial institutions that don't even charge fees at all. Just make sure that you're okay with the level of service that you're.
But pretty much as we all have explained thoroughly about the differences in banks and prepaid cards and ATMs and ATM fees that come along with it, it's pretty much self-explanatory, and I hope that our video was helpful to you, and we hope that you all have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.